My name is Daniel, and I had never considered myself a hero. I was just a tired man with a small house, a quiet routine, and a rule I followed strictly: don't get involved. That rule broke on a cold Thursday night. I was closing my shop when I saw her sitting on the curb across the street. Thin jacket, hair matted from rain, shoes held together by what looked like tape. She wasn't begging or calling out, just sitting there, staring at the pavement like she had already accepted being invisible. I told myself to keep walking. I always did. But then she looked up, and for half a second, our eyes met. No guilt, no manipulation, just exhaustion. "Ma'am," I said before I could stop myself, "are you okay?" She hesitated, then shook her head once. "I'll be fine," she said quickly. "I just need the night." Something about the way she said it, like she didn't believe it herself, made my chest tighten. I offered her food. She refused at first. Pride, maybe, or fear. Eventually, she agreed to a sandwich, then a cup of tea. Then, after a long silence, I heard myself say the words I had never planned to say. "You can stay on my couch tonight. Just tonight." She looked at me like I had spoken another language. "I won't be any trouble," she said immediately. "I'll be gone before sunrise." Her name was Miriam. Inside my house, she sat stiffly on the edge of the couch, hands folded, eyes scanning the room like she was memorizing exits. I gave her a blanket and pointed out the bathroom. She thanked me 3 times for each small thing. Before I went to bed, she said something that stuck with me. "You don't owe me this," she said. "People always think kindness comes with strings." "I don't expect anything," I replied. She nodded, but her expression said she didn't believe me either. That night, I barely slept. Every creak of the floor made me tense. Every sound from the living room made my mind race with worst-case scenarios. I felt foolish for letting fear talk louder than compassion, but it was there. Still, morning came quietly. No shouting, no mess, no stolen valuables, just silence. I stepped into the living room and froze. The couch was neatly folded. The blanket was arranged perfectly. My shoes, which I usually left scattered by the door, were lined up side by side. The sink was empty, the trash was taken out, and the front door was unlocked. Miriam was gone. At first, I felt relief, then confusion. On the kitchen table sat a piece of paper, folded carefully. "Thank you for reminding me I still matter. I didn't want to wake you. I cleaned what I could. I hope that's okay." But that wasn't the part that didn't add up. Next to the note was my wallet. Open. My cash was still there. My cards untouched. But tucked into the cash sleeve was something I had never seen before, a neatly folded $50 bill. I stood there staring at it, my heart thudding. I knew exactly how much money I had. I was careful, methodical. There was no extra cash lying around. I checked my drawer, my jacket pockets, my car. Nothing missing, nothing extra, just that bill. For a moment, I thought maybe she had accidentally left it, but the note didn't mention it. And something about the way it was placed, carefully, intentionally, made my skin prickle. Later that day, I couldn't shake the feeling. I asked around the neighborhood. A barista 2 streets down recognized the description. "Oh, that's Miriam," she said. "She used to work at the hospital. Volunteer, too. Smart lady. Something happened a few years back. Lost her husband. Lost her footing. She never asked for money, but she helps whenever she can." That night, I realized something uncomfortable. I had expected gratitude to look a certain way. Tears, praise, dependence. Instead, it looked like quiet dignity. I never saw Miriam again, but the $50 stayed in my wallet for months. I couldn't spend it. It felt earned, but not by me. Eventually, I donated it to a shelter nearby. Not because I felt guilty, but because I finally understood something. Kindness doesn't always come back the way you imagine. Sometimes it comes back as order in chaos. Sometimes as proof that trust wasn't a mistake. Sometimes as a reminder that helping someone doesn't make you smaller, it makes you braver. I thought I was offering one night of safety. What I received was something much harder to find. Perspective. So tell me, if you helped someone when you didn't have to, and the next morning left you questioning everything you assumed, would you still call it coincidence? Or would you call it a lesson you were meant to learn?